Hey guys, sorry to take so long to put this one together. It's been another crazy week. Last week, what with work and all the fun activities that I got to participate in. So last week was the American Atheist National Convention held in Salt Lake City, Utah. A lot of fun. Met a ton of great people and a few bloggers, vloggers, podcasters, authors, things and the like. It was also Comic Con, Salt Lake City's second annual Comic Con. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to attend that one, but I didn't have a costume put together anyway. I don't know who I'd be, so that's another story altogether. But, um, yeah, so this entry is just going to be about making a few announcements, letting you know uh, what's to come and things that already went. For example, the Atheist Convention, it was a 4-day thing. I got to attend 3 of those 4 days, so I've got a lot of material to cover on that. Probably do a couple of installments, maybe a multi-part series. More on that in just a second. Um, so this was an interesting thing to cover. Atheism. It's not really a religion, but I felt it's important that it be covered in this blog and this project because it's there. It's a response to religion. It's not a religion in and of itself, but I think it's one of those things that more people need to understand. There's a lot of stigma around it, and I'm hoping that maybe this blog, maybe this project will help to dispel a few of those misconceptions and some of the stigma surrounding the dreaded A word. So be looking for that in one of the upcoming entries. That should be the next one that I cover. Um, yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was way different than any of the other visits that we'd made in these last few months because it was a convention, not really a church. There aren't really any atheist churches, so um, this was an ideal way to go ahead and cover the topic, go to an atheist event. There's not a whole lot of those. I mean, they're out there. There are plenty of small clubs, independent organizations, and things like that. But I thought that this would be the perfect one because it's a national convention and it's right here in our own backyard. Salt Lake City, Utah. It's only like 45-minute drive away from me. So it was perfect, and I would have hated to pass it up. Been planning for months, been wanting to go. So I decided to go ahead and fit it into the blog and the vlog and the like. So I'm planning on doing more stuff with video because it's a little bit easier to digest and it's easier to rant into a camera than to type everything out. But I will type out blogs as I have been doing, but I've been saying this for a while, but I really want to try and get more videos in on this because not everybody has time to read a big wall of text. So uh, there's that. Um, so in the written portion of this entry here, I talked a little bit more about what is atheism and why it needs to be addressed because it's one of the most stigmatized and mistrusted demographics in the world. Um, so I want to address that as well. Just hope to dispel some of this. Um, Atheism isn't a religion. It's basically only unifying factor there in atheism. The only thing that all atheists have in common is their lack of belief in a deity. And even still, that there's a spectrum of that. It ranges. You have the Gnostic atheist that says with 100% certainty there is no God. Those are the guys that are saying there is no God. And you have the agnostic atheist. It's more like, well, I don't know if there is or not, but with what I'm presented with, I don't see how it's possible. It's more likely that there isn't, but if there is, I'll change my position. So there's a scale there, and atheists are just as different as the people. Uh, there's no set dogma or no characteristic belief that unites them. It's just a lack of belief. We wouldn't need a word for atheism if there weren't religion. It's just a response to religion, just their lack of belief. So that's all that really is. Atheism is, it can be summed up as just atheistic, a without theistic, theist, God. So theos, atheos. no belief in God. So that's it in a nutshell. But I think it needs to be more in depth. So let's go ahead and get on to the rest of the announcement I have for you real quick. The science rant is coming. It's really coming, and when it gets here, it's going to be awesome. Okay, I got like 10 solid pages, big wall of text for you, but I'm going to include a video there so you don't have to read it all. And that will play in nicely to the next entry, which will be the visit that Chad and I made to the Church of Scientology. So we'll get to talk about science and Scientology, and a little bit of the etymology of the word Scientology, which should actually be called epistemology, but since that was already taken, they had to come up with something else that sounded sciency. That's a whole nother rant, so we'll look forward to that one as well. Yeah, so not once but twice actually. We went to the Scientologists church. We did like kind of like a preliminary scouting where we went to the Church of Scientology, watched the orientation video and all that, and then we decided to go back another time to see what their service was like. So that'll probably be a two-part installment, or just kind of like an all-inclusive big segment there. But again, I'll hopefully have a video. We did take some videos the day that we went. Those should be very interesting. I might include one here in this blog just as kind of like a little preview for you. And another small note, the last thing I wanted to mention was a few weeks ago I visited the Mormon church, the Joseph Smith Memorial Building. Chad and I and our good friend Reed, we attended the sacrament service there. And we also went around Temple Square, went in some of the buildings, saw the Mormon History Museum. And I did mention that maybe I was going to make that into a 2 or 3 part series, but I'm not entirely sure if that's going to become a reality because I've got a lot going on outside of the blog, responsibilities with the job and job hunting and all that. So that may or may not come to fruition. If it does, great. If not, well, sorry I wasn't able to live up to the expectations there. Don't want to let anyone down, but I got to do what I got to do. So I hope this provides just kind of like short summary to get you up to speed, and I'll try and fill these things in as quickly as I can. Like I said, lots to do, and I'm typing away frantically. I'm going to make more use of the videos, and hopefully that'll help. Anyway, thanks guys for your patience. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll get right back to work. I'll see you later.